asked if I could show you how to make embellishments, because I was showing these the other day, and I've been asked if I could just show you how I would go about making one. So I'm just going to give you an idea. So all I did was, out of this piece of paper, I took the owl and I cut him out, just fussy cut him around using my scissors. You need a reasonably sharp pair of scissors, okay? And you don't want, what you want to make sure is this piece here is not too thick. If you get a pair of scissors, sorry, which is too thick on the sides, when you go to cut, it won't be able to sort of go around. So you want a nice sort of sharp pair which is sort of quite thin on the side. The blade there is quite thin, okay? These are the Tim Holtz by Tonic Studios. So those are good scissors, all right? So I just use those. I like those because it's a pair I like. So I've cut that out. So that's my body, and then I cut another head out, a separate head. And all I'm going to do is just to take some stickers, some foam dimensional stickers. Now you can get this in a roll in Poundland with the foam in it, and I think you get 3 rows for £1, something like that. Some places where you get it, it's not as good. They sell it in Hobbycraft and they sell them other places, but they're reasonably expensive. But as you can see, you're going to get loads out of a sheet. So just stick those onto his head and then take all those bits of paper off. That's the fiddly bit, it's just getting those papers off. Okay, it's got so it's foam in the middle, and it's just a dimensional. Sorry, I didn't show you what it was. It's a piece of foam in the middle, and it's sticky on both sides, double-sided on both sides of it, with a piece of foam in the middle. Just going to pop him on top like that. So you've got him exactly on top of where the other one is. Okay, get rid of those bits. Bring over my scrap paper, and you want a piece of scrap paper for doing this, because you don't want to get stuff everywhere. And all I'm going to do is place some stickles on his face. You don't have to do it like this. You could just make it so that he's got you could just say maybe do the outline of his eyes or all inside those squiggles and all that sort of thing. But at the moment I'm just going to literally cover him all over like that with it, and you might be better, it's going everywhere on my finger. If you went over, you might get it to lay better with the brush. All right, so just go all over him. So he's got stickles all over him. I just chose gold because that's what was on that packet there. All right. Now, what you could have done as well is, if you'd wanted to, before you put this on, you could have coloured him in. Okay, so you could have got your pencils or your felts or whatever and coloured him in first into the colours you wanted. Try and get it to go up underneath there as well. All right. You don't need a great deal of this stuff. And you don't have to use stickles. You could just put some glue on him and then just put some glitter on the top. Okay, because I think those ones there probably they look as if they're brown underneath, but you can see that's sort of going on there, and it will definitely match up with what you've done. Okay, and then I just got some little diamantes like that. Okay, and I'm just, as you can see, they've just popped a dementi on it, so I'm just going to pop a little dementi. I'm going to put a couple on his wings like that. You'd probably better if you waited until it dried. Alright, and then just pop those down like that. Set them on his wings like that there. You might be better to do this with your tweezers, because they're not going exactly where I want them to go. There we go. So I want them on his wings. Okay, and wait until it dries. I would, if I was you. I just wanted to show you how you could sort of pretty him up, make him look pretty. I'm going to put a couple on his head, one on his head there. I think that would look nice. There we go. And he's going to dry off and look really quite pretty, I think. And that would make a really nice embellishment to go on your scrapbook. And you're going to save yourself loads of money by doing that, because you can just buy your paper, cut out any design you want out of your paper, and just make your own. These things, they sell these into Poundland, and I think that's £1 a strip, or it might even be cheaper than that. You know, so just go for it. You can get all different bits and pieces just to make your own different little designs up. There we go. So he looks really cute. I'm quite pleased with him. So that would be great to put with that paper. So as you can see now, if I'm going to make up a scrapbook design and I'm going to use that, I could put that with him. I could colour him in orange first and then put the bits and pieces onto him, and that would sort of look great as well. So I'm quite pleased with him. So I'll leave him over there to dry out the way, and then I'll show you what else you can do. What you can do as well is, if you wanted it to be a bit stronger, you thought that was too flimsy on the paper, is you could cut it, stick him onto a piece of cardboard. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word for a minute. Okay, so now I've got a flower. This is another one you could do, and I've got the same flower here, and all I'm going to do is take that, my hole punch. I've got this into Hobbycraft, and I think it was about £3 or £4, and I use the circle one a lot, so I've just punched out the circle literally, and I'm going to just literally place it on top. But what you can do is just go around with your scissors and cut it so that you've got your stamens showing, but you're just coming around, so it's just going like that. Okay, all the way around. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that on the top, how that would go. Put some dimensionals on it underneath. You don't need too many of these. Probably get away with 3, I should think. There you go. That's it. Pop that on. Get it sort of lined up with the bottom piece. So if you've got like that, you can shove some bits of this stuff on it. If it'll come out, you can get these in all different colours. Okay, let's just take my brush and worry that around a bit. There you go. So you've got some nice dimensions on that. There you are. There you go. Okay, and then in the middle you could put a diamond, a little diamante. If I can get that going. It doesn't want to sit down, face down. That's it. And put a diamante in the middle, and that's the second embellishment. Okay, and then I've done a teeny weeny one, which I'm just going to do exactly the same again as we did the first one. One little dimension on the back there. Now if you find that these dimensions come out and they're too big and you can see it still, once you've got it on to your little whatever you're making, just go in with your scissors and poke it, and you can probably poke it right back. Bit of glittery glitter stuff on this. Rub it around with your paintbrush. Rub it all in. There we go. Put it on the tail. Like that. I'm going to just add a little yellow one to his belly. Just like all the others. And there you go. So there you go. That's it. You can do it. You can do it with all shapes. It doesn't have to be a big one. You can do it with little tiny ones. You can do anything you like with it. You can just go around and say, I had this one. And if you didn't want a great big one like that, you can just cut a smaller circle and make it like that. I've got a smaller one, so you could just cut the head out with a small circle. You can get a, I think this is a 1/2 inch circle, and then there's a 1/4 inch circle as well, so you could cut out sort of 1/4 inch size as well, and that would make a nice little button or something you could make with it. if you sort of cut it out there, I know it's not quite, but then you could just have that as a little button, and that would be like quite pretty as well. All right, so, and you could put that some dimensions on the back of that, and that would give you, just lift it up off the table a bit like that there. All right, so there you go. The other thing you can do is just take your, if you've got some old pinking shears, just take a pattern and cut it out like to the shape. So but cut it out of your actual paper. So you could make that into a label shape. So cut around a label shape. If you've got one like that which you can keep, use that. Put it on a bit of cardboard, make it a little bit stronger. Put a bit of ribbon through it, and you've got a label. Okay. So that's just different things you can do. And if you wanted to then as well just embellish it and do something different with it, what you can do is you can buy either sheets like this with letters on them and make your own words up, or you can get tiny little words. I don't know if I can get one off, and then you'd have cut this into like a label shape. Say, I'll just do it very roughly. So cut it like that there, and then cut around. Stick that onto a piece of card. Okay. Make a hole with a hole punch in it. Obviously you take some time over it, get the hole in the middle, put the little word on it like that. Okay, you can get all sorts of words. That was just many happy returns on that one. Get a little bit of a dimensional sticker, stick that on the back, stick that on there, put some glitter and some dimenties if you want to onto it, and then just run a piece of ribbon through it. So you've got your piece of ribbon going through. Obviously it'll be right in the centre, won't be the way I've done it. And there you go, and you've got your piece of ribbon coming through, and there you've got a really pretty little tag. Okay, so there's lots and lots of things you can do. Alright, just to sort of make up, can you see it? Alright, yeah, there's lots of things you can do to make up your own embellishments. And then you could always put another bit on the back and lift that up so it was sat off on that with a few more embellishments onto it. Alright, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.